an investing workshop. There was like 30 agents there, all local agents. Nobody knew who I was. I was like, we suck at advertising.
Hey guys, it's Carly. So today's vlog, we're gonna see a behind the scenes of what a team huddle at Onyx Homes looks like. This is probably our most important hour and a half at Onyx Homes per week. So we're gonna take you behind the scenes, see what our team meeting has turned into, and maybe I'll have Christian give you a little bit of insight of what our team huddle used to be like. I think when I joined the team, we had team huddles Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they were a waste of time. And now look at us. You'll see a packed out room and a bunch of agents actually happy to be here. And from leadership, you'll see a lot of value provided to our agents, as well as a lot of celebrations of our wins over the week.
All right, so we're getting ready for a team meeting here in a few minutes. And one big thing I wanted to talk about with the topic of team meeting is this is about the only thing that we actually ask our team to show up for every single week, especially in person only. And we wanted to make sure we lead with value with everything we do. So honestly, my most stressful part of the whole week is making sure that whatever we deliver at the team meeting is actually valuable, give the agents a reason to want to show up to the team meetings. So that's what we do every single week. I usually share something on a sales topic. Today, I'm talking about 13 lessons that I have learned over the last 10 years in entrepreneurship. And then Carly behind the camera usually share something for marketing, and then we'll do any updates. And then we celebrate wins for the week, our opening escrows, close escrows, and all that stuff. So we have a packed house in here and we're about to get started. So let's do it. All right, you guys ready? Thank you, Trevor. This will be a good icebreaker. David, do you mind standing up and modeling your t-shirt? David, do you mind standing up and modeling your t-shirt?
You know I'm shy.
Look at this guy.
Yay! You gotta take initiative and just get it done. It's tough to get a t-shirt off this guy.
It is. So I figured why not just talk about some of the things that are like my biggest lessons over the last 6 years being in this business, growing a team. So I started just bullet pointing out like the major lessons or takeaways that I've had over my rather short last 6 years career. Now, if you guys have been on the team for a while, you've seen me mention this probably a couple dozen times. That number has not changed, like at all. 80% of your business to be self-gen, I agree, right? So ask yourself, what is the one thing that you could accomplish that would make everything else irrelevant, right? So what is the one thing that you could do that would make everything else not matter? The first hire is always the hardest. So taking that first person and being like, God, I have all this extra stuff I need to do. I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I can trust somebody. I can do everything better than everybody, right? Like all those feelings for the very first hire. The second hire is like, oh yeah, I need help, right? The first one's always the hardest. Everybody's TikTok famous, like, man, there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of cool stuff. And then I see agents just try to do everything in a weekend and then stop. Or they do it for 2 weekends and then they stop, or 3, whatever it is. And the reality is consistency beats intensity every single time. This quote is on the wall for a reason, is just do the basics at a high level consistently. We've grown the team, I would say, a lot. If you're a real estate agent, to make this comparison, if you could 3x your business in the next 2 years, would you be happy about that? Yeah, that'd be great. That's what we've done over the last 2 years, and it's nothing other than that. We eliminated 90% of the shit we were doing before, and we said we are just gonna focus on what we're good at, and then we just constantly hammer on the basics, and you guys know this. That's all we do. Let me give you a really good example, more tactical for you guys. The reality of you getting to your leads faster is gonna sell more houses. Absolutely true. I always like to exaggerate to drive a point home. If you get a lead and you call them in a year from now, do you think they're gonna do a deal with you? Probably not. If you get a lead and you call them within a minute, do you think there's a higher likelihood that they do a deal with you? Probably. And we know this. This is not rocket science at all. And we sat down this last week with the ISAs and we were just like, hey, speed to lead. And instantly started having more conversations, right? Not a world of a change, but like more, right? For doing the same thing. You're still calling the person either way, but speed to lead. Something that simple. So when we started looking at it, we were like, oh shit, let's just make this thing better. We know this is gonna sell more houses, so let's focus on it. On the consumer facing side is people don't necessarily tell you they're paying attention, but they actually do sometimes, right? Like I've told Carly a few different times is I've been recognized more in the last 4 or 5 months from doing our consumer facing social media than I have of 3 years making agent facing stuff. Like I walked into an investing workshop. There was like 30 agents there, all local agents. Nobody knew who I was. I was like, we suck at advertising. I was like, I'm not allowed to walk into a room and have people in our market not know who I am. Not allowed. I was like, Carly, we have to post more. She's like, damn. The instant we started posting consumer-facing content with like a fire hose, I got recognized in the bathroom here in the office. My waiter at the restaurant recognized me. I'm like, dude, what is going on? They're like, are you on TikTok? What's that?
Uber driver last night knew who you were.
That's wild.
Really? He's a part-time agent for Berkshire Hathaway, and I told the team, I said, oh, it's Onyx Homes. He goes, oh, I know that name. It's like that guy on YouTube, Stubbs, Christian.
Stubbs.
He's like, I watched his videos. He's very good. I'm like, you should come join our team.
Yeah, there you go. See? But that's amazing, right? So that, like, thank you for the little case study there. But wildly undervalued, the value of somebody coming and saying, hey, I want to do business with you. For us, both sides of the business. If you're not working towards this right now today, I highly encourage you to do it somehow. It doesn't have to be content, certainly doesn't have to be TikTok. It can be there's a million different ways to do that, but I would start to go in that direction today. We got reminded of recently with content was like, we were following somebody else's playbook that for sure works, and it just wasn't to our core values, if you will. And we were like, you know what, let's rip off we already kind of learned what we were gonna learn from them. I was like, let's rip off the part that we don't like, that doesn't fit our core values, and keep plowing through. Instantly saw improvement. So for us, it's always lead with value.
You'll see me with that camera a lot more. We're actually launching vlog style content on Christian's channel. The whole goal is to like show what it's actually like to be on Onyx Homes and building the business. So don't be shy, but you'll probably be on camera a little bit more, as well as Christian, myself, and Alan. Did Myles leave, or is he here? I can't see him. Well, this whole thing is pretty much about Myles, but I'll talk about it because last week we had our core mastermind, and Myles was like, I need to figure something else out for leads. I've been posting on TikTok home tours for, 3 weeks, and I already have some leads, but it's not enough. It's like, what? Like, keep doing that. If you got leads in your first 2-3 weeks, I think 1 or 2 of them signed an agreement to work with him too. But it took him a long time to get consistent with posting content. He always wanted to post content. He's like, I want to do content. And I finally was like, just start posting home tours. Over the past 28 days, he's had 110,000 views on his TikTok, 550 profile views, 1,400 likes, 184 comments, and 429 shares. And he posts some educational content, some fun content too, but this is really just from his home tours. I'm going to show you guys, this is your reminder to do home tour content if you're focusing on content as one of your pillars. So I'm going to go from Myles TikTok, All About Orange County, then All About Orange County Instagram. Over the past 7 days, Myles has gotten 10,650 views just from home tours. I didn't add anything else. I went over the past week, how many views he's gotten. And then on our TikTok, over the past 7 days, we've gotten 32,000 views just from home tours. And then on our Instagram, which I think this is the first time we had more views on our Instagram from home tours than TikTok, we had 33,000. How many of you guys post home tours? How many post home tours consistently? Not stories, actually on your posts. So just one. And how many of you? 2? And then I'll count Myles 3. How many of you guys are focusing on content again? Raise your hand. Okay. But like everywhere, our home tours are getting over 1,000 views, if not over 2,000 views. And the home tours I don't think are going to get views are getting like 12,000 views. It's just a huge miss. We're getting leads from this still. And it's probably the easiest thing you can do content-wise. I know for us, like for Christian, filming the talking head videos are way harder than filming the home tour videos. If you're focusing on content and you're like, I don't know what to do, educational content's hard for me, this is your answer.
I think also too, the question on like, how do you attract the clients you want is, this is one, showing what you're doing that's working. That's huge. Rather than showing that you actually are working.
I tell this to people all the time, the educational content's important, but if people aren't viewing it, maybe post 1 of those, 2 of those a week, so it like brings people down the funnel. But right now, I think we've told this story is our, like, I'm just gonna call him coach from acquisition.com. We had a meeting with him a few weeks ago, and he's like, stop. You guys are posting too many call to actions. And Christian and I were like, well, how are we supposed to get leads? He's like, it's not about that.
Yeah, because also people are bombarded with those videos all the time of like, listen for 20 minutes and then we'll tell you how to buy. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you consume that content. I don't consume that content.
The minute that you say, now this is what you have to do, then
Right.
they turn it off.
Right. So just to go over like what these videos that are doing well have in common, all the details are provided and we weren't gatekeeping.
I've seen a lot of messages, Slacks, like Facebook groups all over the place, like, is activity up? So far this year, 175 closed for 160 million, 31 pending. Michelle again, different Michelle. Rehab, Mondo, Jamie, Mary, Martin, same house. Shaq, nice job. Cheryl closed her listing. Aaron, Richard, congratulations. Closed his first deal with the team. Stephanie, nice job. Add value all the time. Like, it's that easy. Print something out, look at it, take 2 seconds of research. Yeah, that's a great point. Oh, cool. Thank you.